In the heart of the Ashanti Kingdom, where gold is not just worn but worshipped, destiny is woven long before a child is born. Every family has its place, every soul its duty, but sometimes the heart refuses to obey. Kumasi, alive with color, rhythm, and stories. Here, traders call out their wares, and artisans weave history into cloth. Among them was Kwaku Dapa, a simple weaver whose hands carried the language of kings. Thread by thread, he told stories of love, of legacy, of fate. Until one day, fate answered back. Ama Serwa, daughter of royal blood, a woman bound not by choice, but by tradition. She was meant to be seen, not to see, meant to be chosen, not to choose. But when her eyes met Kwaku's, the world grew silent. In that moment, a princess saw not a commoner, but a soul that understood her. And a weaver saw not a royal, but the woman behind the crown. Their meetings were hidden, beneath moonlight and whispered promises. Far from the eyes of the palace, they laughed, they dreamed, they forgot the world that kept them apart. With every stolen moment, their hearts wove a bond stronger than gold. But love like theirs was never meant to remain a secret. Within the palace walls, destiny waited. Ama Serwa was promised to Ya Bowakye, a warrior of honor, a union meant to strengthen power, not hearts. Duty called her name, tradition demanded her obedience, and still, her heart whispered another truth. But in a kingdom built on order, secrets do not stay hidden. A watching eye, a careless moment, a truth revealed. And when word reached the Queen Mother, the ground beneath their love began to shake. Because in her eyes, this was not love, it was betrayal. And so, the drums were called, the guards were sent, and before the sun could rise again, their love would stand before judgment. When power is threatened, mercy becomes a stranger, and love becomes a crime. Kwaku Dapa, a man who had done nothing but love, was taken from the only world he knew, not as a criminal, but as a warning. Because in the Ashanti Kingdom, a man must never forget his place. And when the news reached Ama, her world shattered. For the first time, love was no longer a dream, it was a danger. Before the Queen Mother, Kwaku stood alone. No crown, no protection, only truth. He could have denied it, he could have begged, but instead, he chose honesty. He loved her. And in that moment, the room fell silent. But silence does not last when the heart is brave. Ama stepped forward, not as a princess, but as a woman in love. She did not hide, she did not deny, she stood and claimed her truth, even if it meant losing everything. And then came the twist no one expected. Ya Bowakye, the man chosen to marry her, the man bound by duty, had known all along. Not out of cruelty, but out of hope. Hope that love would fade, hope that duty would win. But love does not disappear on command, and now he too stood at the edge of heartbreak. The Queen Mother had heard enough. Tradition had been challenged, order had been broken, and so judgment was passed. Kwaku would be exiled, banished from the kingdom before the sun would set, and if he dared return, death would follow. At the edge of the world they knew, two hearts were torn apart, not because they stopped loving, but because they loved too deeply, in a world that would not allow it. He chose to leave, so he could live. She chose to stay, so she could fight. Because some love stories are not meant to end in silence. They are meant to challenge kingdoms, to break traditions, to rewrite destiny itself. And this was only the beginning.